just heard some of his music. As you can see, he is awesome. Got great music here. Now, Darryl, we're just going to dig right in.
Okay.
But first, let me ask, how are you? How's your day been going? I know it's a little, rocky getting here.
It's a little weird, but it's all right. It worked out.
But we made it.
Yeah.
You're here. I'm glad that you're here.
Thank you.
I've seen you before. You've had performances around the city that I've attempted to make. I wasn't able to. So now I've got you on the show. So now I've got some close one-on-one time with you. Yeah. So I'm excited about that. Cool. So first of all, let's just start off with, the flute. Fluteman is what they call you, or you're affectionately known as.
Yes.
Fluteman. Did you come up with that?
No,
I
definitely didn't come up with
that.
There was when I was living in Jersey, there was a promoter in Philadelphia that I was doing a lot of events with. Okay. And I don't know if he forgot my name. I'm not sure how he did it, but it was one night we were doing a show, and he goes to announce me, and instead of announcing my name, he just says, "The Flute Man." Okay. And I kind of liked it. It had a ring to it. So ever since that show, I started using it, and then people started using it, and it just caught on. Okay. Now, I also saw that you are known as the ambassador of instrumental sound. Instrumental soul.
Instrumental soul.
Yes.
Okay. So tell me a little bit about that.
Okay. Anytime you're an instrumentalist, people are going to assume you're either classical or jazz. I am classically trained. I never studied straight ahead jazz. So most times when I do music, people would think, okay, smooth jazz. Right. But I don't think that my sound is typically smooth jazz. I think it brings in so many different sounds that I called it instrumental soul because I think my playing sounds more like an R&B soul singer that can't sing. So I voice all that through my flute, and I think that better describes what I do than smooth jazz or anything else. Okay, so I'm guessing that you are not a fan of labels as far as... No. Okay. No. Label, I've got a problem with labels in general because I know people always want labels so that I think it's more for their comfort zone. So if I can put a label on you, then I know how to approach you, I know how to regard you. Instead of, let me engage you and see what actually makes you tick. People don't seem to want to put forth that effort. So, you'll never go to any record store or online and find instrumental soul category. It's not there. So I think what it forces people to do is, okay, what is this really about? Okay. So I just thought it was a good idea. Okay, gotcha. Now you've been playing since you were 8 years old. On and off since I was 8 years old, yes. Okay, so at 8 years old, did you choose the flute, or did someone put it in your hand? Okay,
or how
everybody asked me that, and for years I was blaming my dad. And then he and I had a conversation earlier this year, and it was like, no, I didn't make you play the flute. And I was like, then why did I? But I thought you did. He says, no, what happened was you wanted either flute, piano, or drums. My older brother already played drums. Mind you, we were also, the family was the church band. So my older brother already played drums. And we lived in the projects, so we didn't have the money or the space for a piano. So it defaulted to flute. Okay, gotcha. Now, you are from South Bronx. South Bronx. New York. Yes. Okay. You're in Memphis now. Big jump. Huge. How did that happen? What had happened was, I actually am, I'm an aircraft mechanic, commercial aircraft mechanic by trade. And I've been doing it since 87. And worked for 3-4 different airlines, whatever, as many of us do throughout our careers. And I was with FedEx as a courier, actually, in Jersey. And I decided, well, since I am with FedEx, well, why don't I go back to aircraft? And at the time, I was trying to actually get to Newark because it was closer. but the jobs just weren't showing up in Newark. So since the economy was about in a free fall at the time, I figured I better get whatever job I can before I don't get anything. So I decided to come to Memphis, and I thought I would do Memphis for about 18 months, 2 years, and then go back home.
Okay. It's been a little bit longer than that.
A little bit. So I got down here, and one of the things I looked at was the difference in the real estate markets.
Okay.
And it was drastically different. And I think I was 40, just about 40 at the time. And, you know, looking at 20 so years down the road, retirement and whatnot, and looking at what that would look like in New Jersey versus down here, and talk to the wife into coming down here.
Right. Now, was that a hard sell?
Yes. Very, very hard sell. Right. Whoa, man, hard sell on her, on the girls, even on me.
Yeah.
But she looked at the simple dollars and cents of it, and she understood. You know, it makes sense.
It makes sense. Gotcha. Okay, now you also played football.
Yeah.
You were bodybuilding. Yeah. Okay, and then you have the flute.
Yeah, none of that goes together, right? It doesn't fit.
How is that? Because now, which one is like your passion, your first love?
First love is music.
Music, okay.
First love is music.
Okay.
Gotcha. I'm passionate about aviation too. Don't get me wrong. I love what I do for a living. There is nothing like music. Football was close though.
Right. Now, was that college or did you?
No, I did semi-pro football.
Okay.
When we lived in the Bronx, I went to New Haven, Connecticut, and played for the New Haven Giants.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And then after we moved to South Jersey, I played for the Jersey Bulls, which, this is going to sound odd, was a semi-pro flag football league, which I actually had more fun doing than playing full contact.
Yeah.
It was a much faster game, way more competitive. I didn't get to inflict as much damage, but it was a lot of fun.
Okay, which is what matters.
Yeah, I guess.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so I was recently watching an episode of The Cosby Show, which I love because TV is something else these days.
Right.
And I love how they, put jazz in so much. And even though you consider yourself instrumental soul, it's still,
there's some jazz. There's
some jazz in it.
Yeah.
So how do you feel about, how media has changed so much, and you'll hear a lot about R&B and pop and things like that, but you don't hear a lot about instruments and sounds. How do you feel about that?
It's hard. It's almost hard to the point of being insulting because everybody knows technology has advanced leap and bounds and all that stuff, but there's nothing like the sound of a true instrument. And what I could make the comparison of instrumental music to vocal music, not to take anything away from vocalists, but I think the difference there is instrumental music is the novel that you read. And we can all sit down and read the same novel, but your take on it is going to be different than mine, than the next person, and so on. Where a vocalist, that music is the movie. You're basically forced into that person's interpretation. And unfortunately, we live in a time where people don't seem to be open to opening their own minds to having an interpretation. It's more of, well, tell me how to think about it, and I'm good with that. So it's really hard for me as an instrumentalist. But as many others, we try to do what we can do to keep people's eyes and ears open, and hopefully they'll be receptive.
Okay, yeah, because you turn on the radio and it's like, I'm just gonna say, a lot of trash. A lot of trash on the radio, and it's like sometimes you need to. Well, for me, it's soothing. Sometimes you need to be soothed, and you need to, take a breather and relax, and that's what instruments does for me anyway. I don't know, how it does for anybody else, but for me, it's like a breath of fresh air for me. So how how do you take that when it's like you turn on the radio and everything is
don't turn on the radio
a hot mess?
That's what I do. I don't turn on the radio much.
You know, are you forced to only listen to your? Do you even listen to your music? Do you put in your CD and listen? Really? No.
No, that's.
Why?
No. Because it's not okay. I'll be fair. There once in a while there are a few pieces of mine that I will listen to. Okay. And usually they're kind of ballady. But I don't. And if I'm sitting down listening to my music, I'm not listening to it listening at me. I'm listening to everything else.
All the other.
Yeah, I'm listening to all the other instrumentation around me. Okay. What the radio thing, I rarely listen to radio. Yeah. Probably because, as you say, it's so much trash. I usually, when I'm on the way to work, there's nothing on. Right. Just me and my thoughts. On the way home in the morning, I'll turn on something. But at home, if music is on in the house from me, it's probably a CD from this one or that one. But it's not. It's almost never a radio station. Okay, gotcha. Yeah. All right. Well, we are going to take a quick break. We'll come back. We got a lot more to talk about. So make sure you stay tuned. We'll be right back after these commercial breaks.
L3 Media is the Mid-South's premier videography and photography company. We specialize in capturing all of life's greatest moments. Whenever you need talented and professional service for your special events or business, L3 Media is the company for you. You can contact us at all of our social media sites. You can like us on Facebook, check out our website, follow us on Twitter, or always feel free to email us. We are L3 Media, your #1 source for all your videography and photography needs. Give us a call today.
All right, I am back with Mr. Darryl Evan Jones. We've had good conversations here today. Yes. So we're just going to, dive right back in. Right. We left off talking about the amazing music that we hear on the radios these days.
Yeah.
And so with that being said, so who do you listen to? Who are some of your favorite artists to listen to?
Okay. My all-time favorite singer, male or female, is Shaka Khan.
Woo,
all-time favorite. Mm-hmm. The male vocalists, they're all over the place. Okay. One of today's guys, I love Jaheim's voice. Oh, I think he's got a great voice.
He does. He needs some better writers, though.
I'm glad you said it. But
his voice is good.
Amazing voice.
Yes, voice is good.
Johnny Gill, go back to Jeffrey Osborne, Peebo Bryson. But I will listen to, depends on my mood, I will listen to anything from the greatest group in the entire world, Earth, Wind & Fire.
Yes, the Elements.
Absolutely. And I might, the next song out of my iTunes could be Tupac. It could be Kenny Rogers. It could be Bon Jovi, Coldplay. It just David Sanborn, Herbie Hancock. I'm all over the place.
Oh, good.
I don't pigeonholing yourself into one kind of music. I just think it's a little silly.
Gotcha. Okay, now I have a question.
Uh-oh.
And I'm sure you have a list, but try to keep the list down.
Okay. But
is there an artist or music or even maybe a type of music that you just refuse to listen to?
Polka.
Wait. Okay, I was not expecting that.
That's the only thing that comes to mind. Oh, okay.
You don't like the instruments in polka?
There are instruments in polka?
Yeah. Well, that little...
What is that hoopah thing? Yeah, whatever that thing is. Okay, I will not listen to probably, I'm saying probably, any of today's rap. I will listen to hip-hop.
Yes, there's a difference.
There is a difference.
There's a difference.
Hip-hop, yes. Rap, no. Most opera, I can't stand it. Most opera, just... Yeah. But I actually know an opera singer, and his name's escaping me right now, but I think he's a baritone, and when this guy sings, wow,
really?
he's so impressive, so impressive.
Yes.
I'll get his name up. I'll get it to you sometime.
Okay.
But,
yeah. Okay, so we know who you like, know what you don't like, but now we've got the goods here. Relentless. Yes, this is your baby.
That's my
your
baby.
current baby.
My current baby.
That
was 2 years in the working.
Yes.
Yeah.
So tell me a little bit about Relentless. Is it, because I know you said you like soul and jazz, and is it a mixture?
It definitely is a mixture.
What can we expect from Relentless?
There are some songs on it that are very aggressive, especially considering I'm playing flute. Some people would even call some of them fusion. I don't know, but and there's a gospel song on there. It's a cover of "Speak to My Heart," Donnie McClurkin.
Yes.
And my producer actually is singing on it. That producer. There's a ballad on there. I'm calling it a ballad. It's a really slow song called "Remember Me."
Okay.
That is a song I will listen to because I really do think that's a beautiful melody. So I can go from something melodic, something gospel, obviously, something more high energy.
Yes.
And there turns out to actually be one song in there. It wasn't planned this way, but it came out this way. There's one song on there that came out to be kind of smooth jazzy.
Okay.
So it's pretty much runs the gamut.
Okay. So do you have a favorite? Or you can't pick one?
My favorite two. I say I'll pick two.
Okay.
Unstoppable and Remember Me.
Not Relentless? Look.
Yeah, but yeah.
Okay.
But it's like right there with Unstoppable. And here's the funny thing: when I was writing the music for the album, I didn't write everything, but the stuff I did write, it was a close race between Unstoppable and Relentless to see which was going to be the title. And Unstoppable was really initially going to be the title, and I went with Relentless.
I like Relentless though.
Me too. I like it.
It's got a nice, it's like
that I like the title, the bass line. When I wrote the bass line, that's really what did the song for me. Was the bass line.
Okay, gotcha. Now you do have some collabs on here.
Yes.
Is there one person that you would love to work with that you haven't yet?
Yeah. Can I pick two?
You can pick two this time.
Quincy Jones.
Oh.
Herbie Hancock.
Wow. That would be huge.
If I could.
You went way up to the...
I'm just, hey, if you're going to aim high.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I so thank you for coming on to the show. Now, you have to tell me, is there any performances coming up where we can, I always give my guests their time.
I have nothing locally coming up anytime soon.
Okay.
Right now, everything I'm doing is out of state.
Okay.
I am working on a couple of things locally where it's business oriented, and there's a meet and greet coming up I'm doing next month as well. But I do know the end of this month, there's an event called Poetry, Rhythm, and Soul, and they do it every last Saturday. They move the location from where it normally is, but I'm going to be sitting with them for that event. Yeah.
Okay, perfect. Now, tell everyone how they can purchase Relentless, how they can find you on social media.
Yeah, you can find Relentless either from my website, fluteman.com, cbaby.com/Darryl Evan Jones, and social media, search Darryl Evan Jones.
Okay, gotcha. Well, thank you so much.
Thank you.
It's been a pleasure.
You too.
So now we are going to dive into a little bit more of your instrumental soul.
Thank you very much.
To close out the show. But of course, thank you all for watching another episode. It's been great. I hope you guys have had as much fun as I've had sitting here chatting with Darryl. It's been awesome. So thank you for watching. Keep tuning in. Of course, all of my social media outlets, the latest with VR, VaShaunna Renee, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, all of those good things. So make sure you keep supporting, keep watching, support great artists like Darryl. Make sure you look out for him, support him, purchase Relentless. Don't forget. So thank you guys for watching, and remember, it's always the latest with VR. Until next time, bye. I'm VaShaunna Renee, and this is another episode of The Latest Show. Hey, I'm VaShaunna Renee, host of The Latest with VR Show, and I am here at the red carpet premiere of Think Like a Man 2. Kevin Hart is on his way, and we're crossing our fingers that we're going to get a quick interview with him in just a moment, so make sure you stay tuned in. Great. How you doing today?
I'm doing all right. How you doing, dog?
I'm good. Now, look, you are a legend in the game. How you feeling? What's going on? What you got coming up?
I'm feeling great. It's all about the two pimping. This is what's out now. It's in stores and it's online. It's like a blaxploitation movie, like a Superfly and the Mac mixed up together. It's like the soundtrack before the movie. You know how the movie comes in the soundtrack, but it's the soundtrack, and then I'm gonna shoot the movie, the two pimping. But on this album right here, it's like an audio movie or something, cause I'm narrating. You know, I'm narrating the whole thing all the way through. Each song is telling the story of two pimping. You know, and you know, it's just something different. You know, I got live instrumentation. I got my band on here with me playing and everything too. You know, just great surprises. I got features on here, well-known features and stuff. You know, and a lot of Memphis legends and stuff on here also. Me and A-Ball is also working on that next album. You know, also, so you know, it don't stop. You know.
You got live instruments, bands. Now the game has changed a lot. So, what you think about what's going on right now?
Well, you know, I love it, baby. You know, it's evolution. You know, I think the game is evolving into, you know, what it is going to be. You know, I think that, you know, you just have to, you know, be able to hold your own, you know, and just do what you do. You know, all music ain't the same, you know, but I can respect it though.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Kev, how you doing? I'm VaShaunna Renee. Nice to meet you.
Hey, VaShaunna Renee. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. Look, Think Like a Man, the first one.
Yes.
Big.
Yes.
You have to live it. Yes.
Colossal.
It's got to live up
Huge.
to the next one. What's coming up? We expect it to be as big. It's great.
Better, it's better. It's better than the first one. I can go on record saying that, not just because I'm a part of it, but because I understand good content, good quality. And this movie delivers on all levels. Great cast. We all came back. Same director. He's back. The story is stronger. We're in Vegas. We're all competing, and we're competing for that level of attention from one another. And I think when you put that many people in the same atmosphere, it only brings out the good. Even the bad is the good in this particular case. So I love it. I mean, all the characters have grown and we've developed, and we're still tracking that same story. So I can't wait for people to see it.
So what can we expect from Cedric? You getting busy? What you doing?
I show my bulge in this film. My bulge. That's right. I said it. My package is on display in this film. The black hammer is in full effect. No, I mean, I'm silly, man. I'm me times 10. I mean, I think in my last couple projects I've shown levels from Ride Along to About Last Night to Think Like a Man 1 to now Think Like a Man 2. So you guys are just going to continue to see growth, which is what I'm about. That's why I work so hard, so my fans can understand that I put a lot into my craft, and it shows through my work.
Okay, now you've been noted as being one of the new kings of comedy. Now, you've been known as that, but what else would you like to be known for?
Just a hard worker. Man who's dedicated to what he loves. Family and work. That's it.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, baby. Appreciate you.
All right, I finally experienced the red carpet, Think Like a Man 2. Got my interview, MJG, Kevin Hart. As you can see, I'm excited. Now it's time to go in, watch the movie, see what it's all about, see what the bulge is about, and go find out in a few minutes. Thank you for tuning in to another episode of The Latest with VR. I have enjoyed myself, and I hope you've enjoyed the interviews as much as I have. Until next time, remember, it's always the latest with VR. Bye.
Hello, I'm Jasmine Thomas, your correspondent for The Latest with VR, and we are here at A&R Barbecue to see Kevin Hart. So let's dive in and enjoy. We're with Kevin Hart. He's just pulling up. Let's see if we can get some shots with him. Hi, Kevin. How you doing? Can I ask you a few questions right quickly? Can I ask you a few questions right quickly? Okay. All right. Where's with Kevin Hart? Okay. I just wanted to ask you, you're always making jokes for everyone and being funny for everyone else. Who makes you laugh? Have Memphis shown you enough love?
Memphis shows me an amazing amount of love, which is why I'm out here right now. Which is why I didn't just want to go inside. I want to go around. I want to see people. I want to say what's up. I mean, it's about being touchable. It's about being real, you know?
Thank you. As you can see, we're at A&R Barbecue with Kevin Hart, from Think Like a Man 2. I got my free sandwich because he's giving out free sandwiches. Look at the crowd. It's bananas. Everyone is here to see Kevin Hart, and he's being so nice and generous. I'm Jasmine Thomas, and it's always the latest with VR.